The world remains constant over the centuries.
Hello everybody, it's been a minute since my last stream, which I am terribly sorry for. One moment please. Sorry about that. Let's see, where was I? Yes, it's been a while since my last stream, especially since my last Genshin stream. I have been playing the game off of stream for, since the last stream. I have done quite a few things. But today has, well, yesterday or today, I forget, released the 4.5 update. What up, Teej? Welcome to the stream. 4.5 update? Version highlights. I think it was. Yes, 4.5. And Shiori came out. Now, before stream, I did do a poll, and I did get Shiori. What up, Panda Storm? How's it going? There we go, my audio is working. Sorry about that. I tend to do this stuff just after I start my stream off my phone, just to make sure that everything is working. This stream is being recorded and uploaded to YouTube as long as everything goes smoothly with it. On YouTube's end of things, if you want to come watch me live, the link will be in the description of the video when this uploads. For people on Twitch, in my Twitch profile is a link to my community Discord and to the YouTube. So if you feel like I skip over anything, you want to go rewatch something, any of that good jazz, you can go over there. Watch the video when it uploads. Error.
Yep, you're right.
Nothing much, just finished Dragon Ball Z Universe 2.
Good roll.
Cool.
Alright, maybe I'll take one more day off, and knock
So,
out the rest of the work.
In terms of what I'm going to be doing in today's stream on Genshin, I'm going to be doing the character story quest, and I will leave it up to you guys if you want to see me do of the hangout events, because I have just about all of them unlocked. And I have side quests that I can get done. But to start off with, I wanted to do Chiori's story quest.
It seems like there's another event going on at the Court of Fontaine! Look at that! Roadside signs as far as the eye can see! Let's see what they're for. Fontaine Fashion Week? Ooh, why don't we go check out some of the shops? Maybe we can pick up some cool new clothes!
So, I tend to skip through blank dialogue with no audio. I will try to stay as quiet as possible during cutscenes. But yeah.
Is this really okay?
What up, Diva?
I told you I could do it using the leftover funds from the original deposit. Don't tell me you're afraid that I cheaped out on the dress.
No, not at all. I have only the fullest faith in your work, Miss Chiori. I'm just in shock, that's all. It's always been my dream to wear a Chioria boutique dress for my wedding. I really thought the chance had passed me by.
Wait, isn't that Chiori? She's actually at her shop today? Oh, you've got a point there. Well, once she's done with her customer, we can go and ask her.
I'm a woman of my word. If I say I can do something, then it'll be done. The first rule of business is to always keep your promises. Now, remember to not fold the gown, or store it under direct sunlight. I'd recommend only taking it out on the day of the wedding. But from the look on your face, I can tell that may be a little difficult for you.
Oh, I'll try my best. Once he sees me in this, his jaw is gonna drop straight to the floor.
Chiori, you're actually at your shop today!
Is that really so shocking? It is mine, after all. Anything you're looking for today? A custom design, or perhaps some ready-to-wear outfits for kids?
Hey, Paimon's not a kid!
Oh. That. Well,
What up,
if
Kirby?
news of the event has reached your ears, I suppose the Fontaine Apparel Association's advertising efforts
Calabar?
have paid off.
Are there any fun and popular activities that we can take part in?
Nice, Kirby. And, Panda, I also have, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
Ugh,
I don't play it as
Fashion
much,
Week
but
isn't what I'd
I do
call
have it.
fun. But it certainly always attracts a crowd. It's a fashion extravaganza that only takes place once a year, after all.
Will you be showing off some of your designs too?
Of course. All designers at the Court of Fontaine use the week to advertise their brand. Come to think of it, it was also at a previous fashion week that our label first took off.
Aren't you pretty much an established name now? People...
Yeah, that's not quite how it works. While many people buy clothes for fit and style, the fashion industry also strongly values a label's artistic vision and creative direction.
So, yeah. I have a few of other games. Recently I've been playing the, what's the name of that game? Tom Clancy's, Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I was playing that the other day. Thank you, Kirby. Much appreciated. Sending the same to you, as well as everybody else in the stream.
Why would anyone patronize a label that hasn't even bothered to put out any new designs for the year? In the end, fashion is just a representation of the spirit of the times. People support your brand because they support the vision it represents.
Huh. Okay, so maybe fashion's more complicated than Paimon thought. All that complicated stuff aside, you're saying we'll be able to see new Chioriya designs at the show?
Absolutely. The designs have already been finalized. I'm just waiting for the fabrics to arrive.
Ooh, are you using materials you can't get in Fontaine?
Well, I still have a certain partiality to Inazuma-made fabrics. The textures are pleasant to the touch, and their familiarity gives me a sense of security.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's that feeling of home.
Ugh, something like that. Yes.
We're a long way from Inazuma, though. Aren't you concerned that your ship...
No need to worry. I've already taken steps to ensure that it'll arrive safely. I've entrusted the job to Komani Express's most reliable courier.
Excuse me. Coming through. Coming through. Chiori, your shipment's here. I know it's quite late, so I'm really, really sorry.
Deep breaths, Kirara, then start again.
Huh? And you're with customers as well? Oh, jeez. I've really kept everyone waiting. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault.
These two are the Traveler and Paimon. With how well traveled you are, you've probably heard of them already. And this is Kirara, Star Courier of the Komani Express. She's a Nakamata, in case you were wondering about the tales.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. And sorry you had to see me like this. I know I'm late, but if an opportunity arises in the future, I still hope you'll choose Komania Express.
So, what was the holdup? Sailing delays, bad weather?
Huh? No, nothing like that. I just ran into a bit of trouble, that's all.
Bandits, then? Or treasure hoarders? A few run-ins on the road aren't usually enough to give you any trouble.
Well, I didn't run into anyone exactly. I just got a little lost.
Keeping you honest as always, I see.
All right. I was stopped by a group of bandits as soon as I entered Fontaine. They were a little different from the ones I usually run into. I could hear them mumbling about Komunia Express. It was obvious they were looking for someone with two tails.
So it was a targeted hit?
I got the sense that they were actually targeting Chiori's goods.
My fabric shipment?
Yeah, they said that I could go as long as I left the goods with them. Otherwise, they'd stuff me into my delivery box and toss me into the sea to drown.
Oh, are you okay, Kirara?
Oh, I'm good. I'm still a yokai after all. I turned them over to the guards. It just took me a while to round them all up.
Well, it's not completely out of the ordinary for one of your deliveries to get intercepted. But it still doesn't make sense how you knew it was my goods they were after. You've got other deliveries to make in Fontaine, don't you? Is there something else that you're keeping from me?
Well...
Perhaps I need to reconsider how many stars to give you in my review.
You always know how to get me, Chiori. Alright, I'll talk. So, I kinda wanted to know why anyone would order a hit on me, so I spent a bit of time investigating. One of the bandits had a loose tongue, which saved me some time. He said that a certain person had commissioned them to intercept Chioria Boutique's delivery.
And who might this person be?
Chiori, why don't we just let this one go? I mean, I didn't really get injured, and you've still got Fashion Week to worry about.
I appreciate your kindness, Kirara, but if I don't teach this person a lesson, I doubt they'll stop here. Anyone that dares to mess with one of my friends deserves a stern talking to and then some.
All right. The guy said that the commissioner was someone by the name of Uter.
Uter. No, that name rings a bell. Wouldn't you say, Kirara?
Well, that's exactly why I didn't want to bring it up to you.
So you both know
Through Chiori's complaints about him, sure. He's a fellow fashion designer who's made it his goal in life to make hers as miserable.
so he's like...
A rival is what you call someone who fights you fair and square. Uter, however, just has it out for me as a designer. He's publicly disparaged my design choices, my use of materials. He's practically tried every trick in the book to ruin my good name. I've already warned him before to compete with me fair and square, but I guess he prefers playing dirty. Well, I'm more than...
Wait, Chiori, where are you going?
To teach someone a lesson. You must be tired after your long journey. Why don't you rest in my shop for a little while before heading back?
Chiori!
And she's gone.
Oh no. What should we do?
You seem concerned. Should we be worried about Chiori?
Yeah, Kirby, I
Well,
can see that.
She's always been the type of person. Traveler, Paimon, could you go after her and check out?
Yeah, we'll take good care of...
To be honest, I'm more worried about that Uter guy's safety.
So no, that long cutscene is done. I actually ran and grabbed some groceries out of my grandmother's car for her while that cutscene was going. Yeah. So, how is everybody in the stream? You beat... Okay, hold on, Kirby. You just said you beat the branded Dragon Maid deck on Yu-Gi-Oh! With your Evil Sprite deck? Huh. Okay. Now that's interesting.
Any chance you're on the clock, officer?
Nothing good ever comes out of you addressing me like that. Oh? And I see the Traveler and Paimon are here too.
Chevras, we meet again.
Well, things have been fine on my end. We were able to bring in a large number of recruits thanks to that film we made. I suppose the trade-off is that I'm now constantly getting stopped for autographs while out on patrol. Not ideal, if you ask me.
Well, you were one of the leading roles after all.
So, did something happen?
Indeed it did. I'll need you to come with me.
I only ever hear that phrase from you. Usually I'm the one asking people to do that.
Well, are you coming?
Not before I know what you're...
Have I ever made a bad call?
The better question is, have you ever made one that didn't violate proper procedure?
Okay. A man hired a group of bandits to mug my friend.
Are you sure this is something you should be telling the captain of the special patrol? It's getting hard to tell whether you're here to report a case or turn yourself in for one.
Neither. I'm requesting personal supervision from said captain, so I don't do anything too out of line.
Are you planning to?
Not if I can help it.
All right. Where is this person?
Follow me.
Huh.
Just promise you'll start
That's a
trying to
tactic.
keep yourself out of trouble.
Well, when trouble stops coming my way, I'll be sure to get on that.
And Kirby, what did you say? Yeah, I'm still learning the ins and outs of the deck, but somehow I managed to manage, or they messed up plays. But you'll take the win. I mean, a win is a win. Especially in a public match. A win's a win.
This should be the place. You all wait here. I'll...
You know, Chevraz, Paimon gets the sense that you two are actually pretty close.
It's just as Chiori said. We got to know each other pretty well in our lines of work. You could call it a you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours sort of situation.
Does Chiori often need your help?
I'd say it's mutual. The Special Patrol needs her help quite often as well. We've got tough problems of our own. Getting people to talk, for example. The uniform, the musket, they're intimidating. Most people clam up the minute they see us. Lips sealed so tight, getting them to talk almost feels like trying to break into the fortress of Meripede. But put them in a clothing boutique, and they suddenly start gushing faster than the waters at the Fountain of Lucine.
Oh, is it because they're trying to show off or something?
Yep. People are vain creatures. They can't help but want to talk up new developments in their lives or show off how much they know about other people. And nothing brings out that sort of vanity quite like fashion. As a result, Chiori often picks up on all kinds of information in her shop. Most of her customers are members of the upper class, which means they're pretty much up to the gills in wealth and intel.
You scratch my back and...
Exactly. I'm also here to ensure Chiori's safety. Those who make trouble for her also tend to be rich and powerful. And in some very rare cases, I'm forced to protect other people from Chiori herself. So, who got on her case this time? It's been a while since I last saw her that angry.
Oh, so this is what happened.
Huh? Uter, you say?
You've heard of him?
Yep. He's made trouble for Chiori several times already. He's fond of pretty much every dirty trick in the book. I heard that even the Maison Gardiennage issued him a... So he's back at it, huh? His funeral, I guess.
Whoa, what's this about a funeral all of a sudden?
I just meant that Uter's done for. Now bring it in, you two. Get right up close.
Sure.
Because this is probably going to turn into one of those very rare cases.
That stare.
What are you doing? Stay away from me!
Has anyone ever taught you the definition of stupidity?
Huh?
Stupidity is doing the same meaningless thing over and over again. It appears you've forgotten what I told you before. So, allow me to refresh your memory. Lay off the dirty tricks. Oh, and if you dare lay your hands on my friend again, you can expect a far less pleasant landing next time.
Chiori,
Officer, an assault's in progress. Please, officer.
Of course. I'll do my utmost to investigate the situation. Unfortunately, I was chatting with this traveler and seemed to have missed what happened. Not to worry, though. If you'd allow me to search the scene, I'm sure I'll be able to collect some useful evidence. You don't mind, do you? There's nothing in there that would implicate you in any illegal activity, I would hope.
Forget it. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Ms. Chiori, I must also ask you to refrain from engaging in such disorderly conduct in the future, especially out in the open like this.
Apologies, officer. I guess you could say I'm just used to tossing out any trash I come across on the street.
You...
Is there anything else either of you have to say for yourselves?
That's all from me. I sincerely hope that today's events will never happen again.
We'll see about that.
Whoa, that scared the heck out of Paimon! How did...
You're too kind.
Now's
I just
not
had
the
to
time
pick
to
that
be accepting
dialogue.
compliments.
You know,
What happened to not
selection.
doing anything too out of line?
something about saying such a graceful arc for that throw was, it seemed like the right choice.
Not if I could help it, is what I said. And I think I kept to that. I started with a verbal warning, but he displayed neither shame nor remorse. If anything, he kept running his mouth with insults and threats.
And Kirby, you are absolutely right. Never piss off a woman in fashion.
Insults and threats so bad that he deserved to be tossed out like a sack of trash?
Believe it or not, they were that bad. He deserved to get knocked down a peg. It's the only way to get him to stop.
You could have reported him to the guards.
Oh, I will. But it'll take some time for them to gather evidence. And he denied that he ever had anything to do with those bandits. I don't want anything else to happen during Fontaine Fashion Week. On top of that, if Kirara is going to continue delivering goods for me, the least I can do is guarantee her safety. Oh, that reminds me. There is another favor I'd like to ask of you today.
What a shame. I believe you've already used up your favor quota for the day.
Have I? Well, it's a good thing I was planning on taking an advance on tomorrow's quota then.
Don't you think you're maxed out on advances already?
I always pay you back in information, don't I? It's just like you said. You scratch my back, and I scratch yours.
I will say, from the starting quests that Genshin started out with, to now, their cutscenes are a lot longer and a lot more thought out. I mean, Kirby, if you really want to try out making another meta deck, I don't know how good you would do at it, but you can always try an aroma deck like I have. It started out as just an aroma deck. I added some other plant monsters in there, like some Predaplants. For people wondering right now, I'm talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! That's another game that I have streamed in the past. I plan on streaming it again in the future. Anyways. Yeah, you could... You're looking into Rika. Oh, nice.
We're back.
And Kirby, that deck that I was talking to you about, the garden deck, the one that I use mainly aroma monsters with, it started off as a Rose Dragon deck.
You were gone for an awfully long time.
There's nothing to worry about. All you need to know is that you'll never have to worry.
Sorry, Chiori.
What are you talking about? You didn't do anything wrong. Those greedy bandits are to blame, along with a certain someone who doesn't know when to lay off the petty tricks. The next time you need to leave the city, call the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. They'll escort you half of the way, and the Spina di Rosula can take the second half. With that sort of escort, the next time you make a delivery, those treasure hoarders won't go anywhere near your goods. Unless, of course, it's to offer to carry them for you.
Good one, Chiori.
I'm being serious. You know me. If I bring something up, you can assume it's already a done deal. You're going back to Inazuma tomorrow, right?
Wait, you don't mean...
I've already spoken to the captain of the Special Patrol. As discussed, the patrol's going to take a small detour during their daily training tomorrow. As for Navia, I'll give her a heads up in a bit.
There's really no need. I'm just a simple courier. I don't need to be surrounded by a bunch of armed guards. Or ones with sunglasses, for that matter. Don't you think this is a bit...
Well, you certainly shouldn't count on such a procession for every trip you make to Fontaine. It's just a one-off thing. For my own people. It'll also show those guys what'll happen to those who dare to mess with my friends. Yes, well put.
Well, if you think it's a good idea, Traveler, then...
Well, with the bad guys out of the way and your goods safely delivered, everything should be good to go.
I believe so. I'll try to churn out a few more outfits over the next few days. I've heard a lot of suppliers will be participating this year.
Paimon's gonna take a guess and say suppliers are super important.
But of course, they supply us designers with funding, equipment, factory access. You have to work with them if you want to become a truly renowned That's also why this year's Fashion Week is so important to me.
But isn't your brand already really famous, Chiori? Your clothes are so pretty and so nice to wear. I can't help but brag about them to my customers whenever I get the chance.
Even so, I would imagine there are still people who've never heard of the Chiori brand, yes?
Well... I mean, with the amount of places that I deliver to, it's only natural that some...
Then it's still not famous enough. My goal is to make the Chiori...
All of it? Your business would have to...
Wait, would that mean I could just go to any Chioria branch on the continent to get my clothes fixed? It has been pretty inconvenient having to come to Fontaine every time I need to get them patched up.
Alternatively, of course, you could just be a bit more careful with them. They're already about as durable as I can make them.
Okay, I'll admit, they do get snagged on branches pretty often, but I can't help it. It's hard to be careful about that sort of thing when you're trying to take a nice nap in a tree.
Well, if that's your dream, Chiori, then we should do our best to make it a reality. Is there anything we can do to help out with Fashion Week?
I'm sure I could think of something.
Ooh, what is it? What is it?
Why don't you come to my shop tomorrow and model for me? Simply put, you'll serve as my living mannequins.
Oh, so we get to try on some of your clothes? Got it!
Seeing them off the rack will also give me the chance to make some small adjustments to the stitching and the silhouette of the designs.
Sounds easy enough.
No need. We've already booked the model, if you like them, though. Feel free to visit the boutique and see if anything catches your eye. I'll leave it...
Ooh, sounds great! Paimon was just starting to get curious about...
Then we have a deal. You'll model some formal wear, Traveler, and... I don't know. Paimon here will show off some kids' designs. I'll see you...
Yep, sounds good. Wait, kids' clothes?
And doing events counts as commission rewards, so I can just go...
Add Astra. Thank you for complete.
Mission reward.
Add Astra.
This out the way. Boom. Do. Wait from 10. Oh, you can actually enter this place now. That's lovely.
Chiori, we're here!
Maybe it's just for this story quest, though.
You're here early. I haven't even opened the shop yet.
Wait, has Kirara left
Terribly
already?
sorry. It sounds like my neighbors are cooking again. Their fire alarm's going off.
Yep, with the special patrol.
Did everything go all right on the road?
Yep, they're just cooking.
I believe
They
so.
shut it off.
The patrol makes for quite the entourage. The way they marched forward with Kirara in the center, you'd think she was some sort of VIP. For the second leg, the Spina also came with a pretty large group, led by Navia herself. They took care to clear the path beforehand as well. Kirara won't so much as step on a single stray rock on her journey. I even heard that Navia decided out of the blue to make a batch of macarons as a going-away gift for Kirara. An excellent souvenir to remember Fontaine by, I'd say.
Sounds like Navia really got into it.
My thoughts exactly. She even lamented the fact that she didn't have time to prepare something even fancier. I'm pretty sure she can't wait for another escort opportunity to come her way.
You know, now that you mention Navia, Paimon thinks the two of you are actually pretty similar. You say what you mean, and when you have an idea, you really hit the ground running.
I suppose that's why we're such good friends. Navia has a certain resilience about her. It's part of who she is. No matter what comes her way, she never bows down in the face of adversity. That sort of determination and courage is something I really admire. That same spirit is the true vision of my brand. When she first mentioned commissioning an outfit from my boutique, well, I'm sure you can imagine my excitement.
It's like finding the perfect brand ambassador, huh?
Indeed. Customers pay attention not just to the clothes, but also to the figures in society who wear said clothes. People like to copy the styles of those they look up to.
Huh. And here Paimon thought all that mattered was for the clothes.
Fashion is about more than just looks, my dear. Especially if you've got your sights set on a market the size of Teyvat. Well, would you look at the time?
Oh yeah. Come on, let's get down.
Indeed. Give me a moment while I go retrieve some fabrics and sample outfits. Why don't you help me set up the shop displays in the meantime?
Set them up.
Just carefully organize the ready-to-wear clothes with an eye toward their types and styles. This way, we can guarantee that the customers will see something different every day.
Whoa, there sure is a lot that goes into running a store.
Well then, I'll leave the displays to you.
Oh, fun. We
So,
have...
we just need to put all the clothes with similar styles together, right?
Not bad. You might just have an eye for design. Anyway, let's move on to the real task at hand. Over here, stand still. I'll take your measurements first.
Excuse me, Miss Chiori.
Oh, good morning, Leanne. How have you been recently?
Not too bad.
Your gown will be ready next week, so there's no need to worry about missing the ball. Or did you come—
Oh, no. Nothing like that, Miss Chiori.
cancel your order.
But you can keep the deposit, of course. I know you can't return any materials you've already used.
Don't worry about the materials. I'm more concerned about you. It's all right. I'm not trying to make things difficult for you. I'll take note of the cancel.
Thank you.
Don't worry about it. Just let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Is it just Paimon, or was she acting a bit strange just now?
It's not a big deal. These things happen every once in a while. A family emergency, an important payday falling through, a lover's quarrel, no one to take you to the ball. Judging from the look on her face, something's keeping her from revealing the truth.
Well, guess this means you'll have more time to work.
That's true. Come.
Is Miss Chiori in?
I am. How can I help you?
I'd like to return this.
Oh,
It's just, not to my liking. You said I could get a refund if I wasn't satisfied, so...
is there something about it that didn't meet your expectations? Are the sleeves too short? Or is the color too dark?
No need. You don't have to concern yourself with that. I'd just like to...
And I'd be happy to process that for you.
Is Chiori here? I'd like to...
Another?
Is there some sort of new calamity coming that I haven't heard about? Another flood? Or an apocalypse? Surely the entire population of Fontaine didn't convene and pick this one day to come and return.
What kind of rags are you trying to sell us, huh? The way I see it, this shop is nothing more than a black market front run by a bunch of... Please, calm down.
Oh.
Haven't you heard? Chioria Boutique has been exposed for having close ties with criminals.
And just who is it that dares to throw that at—
Well, you tell us. The fabrics you've got here, they're all sourced from underground.
I've been transparent about my materials from the very beginning. I've already proved if a little hearsay and baseless slander are enough to convince you, then by all means, go ahead and hand over your garments right now. Spare yourself from that flood of yours. Or—
You...
Elof!
Miss Chiori?
Go outside and help these customers with their return requests. There's no need to ask them why. We'll refund—
Alright.
And once you're done, put up the sign that says we're closed for the day.
Got it.
Chiori.
They couldn't be more fabricated if you tried. No need to worry about them. I'm sure the real goal here is to divert my attention away from Fashion Week. The best way to respond to public skepticism is to let your work speak for itself. There will be no—
Miss Chiori, bad news!
Oh, for the love of—
It's our accessories supplier. They just sent word that they'll no longer be able to...
What? No accessories? Not—
Yes, that's what they're messing...
And what about the models we asked them to book for us?
I think they'll...
Even the suppliers believe...
Is the messenger still here?
No, they've already...
So, no accessories mean...
Not just that. It means no gems, ribbons, gold thread. All the elements that lend life and soul to—
But if you take those away, does that mean...
Olaf, you stay and watch the shop. I'll go talk to the supplier.
Yeah, and we can vouch for...
Thank you. In that case...
I mean, I get they're making the story quest pretty, straightforward in terms of that.
Take it easy.
It is pretty predictable who is behind all this. Although I may be proven wrong. I don't know yet.
We are just going to...
I do have a
talk,
hunch, though.
right?
I'm sure we all
Of
do.
course.
Who is it?
Venger, it's Chi. We've worked together all these years. The least you could—
Straightforward.
And when has following convention ever gotten me anywhere? Why hire a messenger when I can just—
Have you read...
I don't like to waste my time on baseless lies and speculation. Maybe that's something you should—
You're right. I only subscribe to the Steambird.
So, these rumors.
No, not at all. They were in some second-rate fashion tabloids.
Well then, there you go. Those sort of headlines become old news faster than you can read them. Surely—
You would think that. Someone paid off the tabloids to publish the same article at once. They even went so far as to leave a copy in front of every house. That's how I first...
Every house? That means...
It seems your rival really pulled out all the stops this time, Shiori. The article was...
What sort?
A photo of you...
Yesterday?
Here. I've got a copy. See for yourselves.
Behind the scenes, the true Chioria boutique takes shape. not a fashion house. Relying on its close ties to the criminal underworld, the Chioria brand employs illegal competitive tactics to come out on top, giving hope to the evildoers among us that...
I don't know what happened, and I don't want to comment on things that I didn't see with my own eyes. Still, that photo shows you to be...
Yeah, he was the one who's...
I appreciate you standing up for me, Paimon. But
That's right. The court of public opinion has already made up its mind. Still, I've got to give your rival high marks for effort. They even dug up the fact that my father once...
But that was so long ago.
In the world of fashion, your past is like a piece of clothing. They claim that most of your clientele are criminals and that those who buy your clothes are just like you.
The absurdity. I don't even know which
Well, maybe your clientele are criminals. Maybe they're not. There's even the possibility that they're just people who happen to commit crime. But with the way this article combines fact with rumor, trying to determine the truth is practically an exercise of futility.
Venger, are you sure you won't reconsider?
But I'm no longer that brave young man with nothing to lose. I'd be perfectly happy to work with you again after this. But my daughter is manning the store during Fashion Week, and I don't want her implicated in all of this. She doesn't... Let me offer you a piece of advice, Chiori. For old time's sake. Let this Fashion Week go. There's always...
You're free to wait things out, Venger. I'll...
Have you ever thought maybe that attitude of yours is what...
Have you ever thought maybe this attitude of mine is precisely what paved the way?
Well, fair enough. Then, I suppose all there's left to say is... best of luck. As for the models...
Understood.
So,
Without the accessories, I can no longer use my old designs.
how could they do this? They're making things up. The boutique doesn't have anything to do with violent criminals.
Public opinion has never been about what's true and what's not. It's about
Well, guess all we can do is just head back for now.
Traveler, Paimon!
Charlotte, what are you doing here?
Looking for you, of course. Did you see those fashion tabloids this morning?
You mean that sorry excuse for an article? Oh,
You too, huh? Whoever wrote that article must have known the Steambird would never print something so defamatory. Unfortunately, not all papers in Fontaine share our same. Miss Chiori doesn't deserve to suffer all this baseless slander. I was just about to find some people to interview so that I can write an article to refute all those claims. If there's one thing I can't...
that's great! With your help, we might be...
It's my pleasure. She was the one who made the hat and tie for my camera. Speaking of Miss Chiori, do you know where she went? Alof told me you...
She was just here.
What up,
maybe
Drac?
She went over there? Let's go check.
Long time no see.
If you ask me, I think Chioria Boutique is done for.
I mean, what did they expect? Engaging with criminals behind their...
They kept up a solid front, though. I've even bought from them before. Really? How was it?
Using that skill might have caused an issue for the forced perspective.
Oh no, we've lost her. Did you hear what all those...
Miss Chiori doesn't often appear in public or give a lot of interviews, so the general public hasn't had a chance to really get to know her. It's also true that her way of dealing with things can be a little extreme sometimes. It's easy to...
Oh, this is all... Wait a second. You don't think Chiori might have gone looking for him, do you? You know...
That would only make the situation worse for her. I'm sure...
You've got a point. Elaf, we're back! Oh, who's this?
Ah, this is Miss Letitia. She's all...
Oh, you were the one who came to collect the wedding dress yesterday, right?
Oh, no, not at all.
Ah, so you've come across that article?
Yeah, you probably don't know this. But after I got engaged, my fiancé owns a small business. It doesn't bring in a lot of... He probably noticed how often I talked about Miss Chiori's clothes and how pretty they were.
And then?
And then something happened to the business, and we ran into major Mora problems. We were able to scrounge up enough to pay off our debt.
But didn't Chiori say she was able to make the dress from what was left of...
Yes. When I came to cancel the order, she heard me out, and then told me not to worry. She assured me that the deposit I paid would be enough for the dress, and that...
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? I've always known...
It is good. It's just... After I went home yesterday, I couldn't help but take out the dress and try it on.
Ah, what a shame. He's not supposed to...
Well, see, that wasn't... He's seen a lot of wedding dresses in his time doing business. So as soon as he saw it...
Huh? So wait, that...
Yeah. Miss Chiori covered all the costs and held nothing back. The fabric, accessories, beading, construction... It was all of the highest quality.
Miss Letitia, I'd really like to use your story for a piece I'm writing about the boutique.
Huh? Well, if it would help Miss Chiori...
I think it'd go a long way.
Hey, Olaf! Has Chiori...
Huh?
Well, we were...
Oh! I remember now. There's this one cliff by this... In that case, why don't we split up?
All right, sounds good. Let's go.
Oh, damn. It wanted me to run a long while away. However, I'm just gonna teleport.
There you are, Chiori!
Uh-huh. How did you know where I...
She did. We were just looking for you at the shop and
I'm not upset. I want to sit here with me? The view's quite stunning. Sorry about that.
Alright, don't mind it.
Well, how does it feel?
This place is pretty great.
Right? It's quiet and open, and far from the relentless critique from fashion commentators and the media. It's just you and the beautiful scenery.
Yeah, it's important to take yourself out of that
I didn't grow up in a very strict family. My parents would joke that I grew up to be so assertive because they spoiled me as a child. I would get together with the other children to climb trees and explore caves. One time, I even climbed over the walls of the Kamisato estate. One of the servants had to physically remove me.
Whoa, Paimon would have never imagined that!
But even as rambunctious as I was, when it came to needlework, I was as quiet and focused as could be. It was as if I discovered a whole new world within those vibrant, dazzling fabrics. You know the feeling?
Sorta.
My parents noticed, and they sent me to study under a famous Inazuman tailor. It wasn't long before I had driven away pretty much every master tailor on the archipelago. You could say I really tried their patience.
You were that misbehaved?
I wasn't misbehaved, exactly. I just often had strange ideas when it came to fashion. Ones that weren't in line with traditional ways of doing things. On top of that, I hated the idea of groveling and making outfits for every arrogant big shot expecting me to be at their beck and call. Anyway, a few incidents later, I soon found myself without a master. Worse, not one shop was willing to hire me. Not even to do grunt work.
No wonder you left Inazuma.
I was angry and frustrated. So, before I left, I swore to all those masters that my brand would one day become renowned all over Teyvat.
Well, that's a great dream to strive towards.
After that, I came all the way to the court of Fontaine. A city often referred to as the capital of arts and fashion. I had a lot of fun starting out. Sure, I was living in a small cramped room, but I was finally free to make whatever I wanted. I had a far more naive view of fashion back then. As long as something was pretty, it would become popular, right? A simple concept, surely. Of course, as I spent more and more time in the industry, I learned nothing was ever that simple. Least of all, fashion. Oh, you mean Letitia? Yeah, she did mention that dream. I'll be honest with you. That's the first time I ever heard something like that from one of my customers. Who would have thought? Even as I continue to pursue my dream, my work has also become someone else's. Alright, that's enough sightseeing for one day. Time to come up with a way out of this mess.
Ooh, looks like you've got your game face back!
Back? It was never gone to begin with. I did say I wasn't upset, didn't I?
Paimon thinks we should look for evidence that Uter wrote that article, and that he hired those treasure hoarders to attack Kirara. Charlotte's already working on an article to address all those nasty rumors so we can publish all our findings in the Steambird once we're done.
I don't like duking it out in the press. But if Charlotte's thrown her hat in the ring, I won't stop her either. I know where Uter's clothing factory is located. It might be a good
Agreed,
place to
Kirby.
start looking for some evidence.
Sounds good. We'll come with. As for Fashion Week, well, there's always next year, right? So there's no need to be...
Huh? When did this become an either-or situation? Find incriminating evidence or participate in Fashion Week.
But your accessories! Didn't you say you're...
Well, it's true that I haven't quite figured out what to do about, to tell you the truth. Even here in Fontaine, every time I see the sea, I can't help but remember Inazuma, and the vow I made in front of those masters. Thinking about all that, I just can't bear to take even one step back. The sea.
What did you just say, Chiori?
The sea. Seashells, coral. I've got it.
Got what?
Come, let's take a dip, shall we?
Chiori! Wait, hold up! Chiori, why did you just jump into the sea all of a sudden?
Paimon, what do you think is the most beautiful thing in the sea?
A Lumitwell? Or a pearl, maybe? Oh, coral's pretty too. Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to use things like that as the accessories for your designs!
Well, now that you hit the nail on the head, help me grab some, would you?
Leave it to us! should be enough, right? Paimon picked all the prettiest ones in this area. Chiori, will these...
Everything looks great. I've also collected a pretty big batch, so we should have enough.
Great! So are we gonna head back now and make some new designs?
Yes, but don't forget, we've got more than just the designs to worry about when we get back. Okay, we've got the materials for the accessories. Next, we'll need to use what we have on hand to create some new outfits.
You mean we have to start from scratch? Will there be enough time?
I should be able to make it, if I skip out on sleep.
Oh no, skipping out on sleep is not the answer. Wait, how come this conversation is giving Paimon major deja vu?
Ganyu? Who's that?
A friend of ours who does way too much overtime. Well, anyway, sleep is important. You're not gonna convince Paimon otherwise.
Well, I can't argue with you there. One thing's for sure, though. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it work. All this grit and determination. It reminds me of the first fashion week I ever participated in.
What else can we help with?
Let me see. I suppose all there's left to do is tear up all the outfits currently on display.
You got it! Wait, what did you just say?
You heard me. Tear them all up. When I went to that first fashion week, I had no savings to speak of. Just a few dozen yards of fabric and a dream. I had to make something work, so I tore up all the clothes that I brought with me from Inazuma, and I used the scraps to make my entries for the show. I used the larger pieces for the base fabric, and the smaller pieces for accessories. If it worked back then, why not now? We can also repurpose some of the ready-to-use accessories in the shop as well.
But you worked so hard on all these outfits!
I know. That's why I refuse to let it all go to waste. I'm not going to let them win, even if it takes everything I've ever made and more.
Okay, then... Here goes nothing.
No need to be nervous. I won't hold it against you. Of course, if anyone dared to tear up one of my dresses in front of me on a normal day, I'd probably toss them into the sewer. Just this once, though. I think I can make an exception. Go ahead and tear them up. Think of it as a good way to vent your emotions. Good job. That should do it.
Chiori, are you alright? Sorry for taking so long. I got caught up and... Whoa. What happened to your shop? Who did this? Those monsters. Slandering you in the papers wasn't enough for them. Give me their names. Since they're all too eager to tear up other people's clothes...
Maybe you should calm down a bit first, 'cause you see,
Ugh, what is this, a soap opera? I was the one who asked the traveler to tear up the outfits. We need all the fabric and accessories we can get.
Oh, so that's what happened. I guess I got a bit ahead of myself just now. Back to what you were doing, everyone. You can all just pretend like I didn't say anything.
Navia sure is scary when she's angry.
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a false accusation. No one's gonna orchestrate some conspiracy to take down one of my friends and get away with it.
You and Chiori are really close.
Of course. Everyone knows that Chiori makes the most gorgeous outfits in town. All of the Spina di Rosula's formal wear is custom tailored here.
Now, if only you'd give me the contract for your uniforms as well.
As if you'd enjoy designing something as boring and formulaic as a uniform. That's why I didn't ask you in the first place, silly. Plus, with how much your intel has helped us out in the past, to the Spina,
You're more of an intelligence agency than a fashion boutique.
If I had it my way, it would be the other way around.
Anyway, we both know why I'm here. Tell me, how can Espina be of service to you?
If it's not too much trouble, can I borrow some skilled hands to help with some simple sewing work? I'll need all the help I can get if I'm going to finish these outfits over the next few days.
Oh, no problem. I've got a few of those guys all ready to go. I just knew you wouldn't be intimidated into withdrawing from this year's show. When are you going to get started? I can help with sewing too.
Actually, there's something else I'd like to ask of you.
Ask away. I'm all ears.
Oh, and Traveler and Paimon, could you help me pass word to Linny and Lynette? I'll need their help as well.
I'm done with my interview. Has Miss Chiori made it back yet?
Oh! What happened to the boutique?
Who did this? Give me names. I'll make sure every last one lands a full feature on the front page of the Steambird tomorrow.
Not this again.
Man, all of them. They're all having the same reaction.
What should we do about these clothes everywhere? Need any help?
Sort them by the type.
That sounds pretty straightforward.
And what... I missed a few things that you guys were saying. I was making a bagel while that cutscene was going. Drax said, honestly, she may be holding the grudge, and once later she's definitely going to be severely mad. Yes. Reminds me of Bronya and Seal. Yes.
Take it easy.
Lynette! Great, you're both here.
Also got
A moment
25
later,
poles
you'd
saved
have
up
missed us.
for
We read the article in the papers. We were just
Fushuan
about to go
and-
find Miss Chiori.
Nice!
She helped design a number of our costumes in the past and even sponsored one of our performances.
Oh, perfect. She was the one who sent us.
In that case, I assume that there's something we can do to help. Just say the word and...
Okay, so it's like...
Is that all we'll need to do?
Should be a piece of cake for the two of us.
Paimon's glad to hear. Well then, guess it's about time we go and find some evidence for all the bad stuff Utera's been doing, right? Chiori said we shouldn't disturb her over the next couple of days. We can check in with her again once she's done with all the new designs.
But the show's in another 2 days, isn't it? Will she be able to make the deadline?
Well, according to her, she wants to first beat Uther fair and square at the show, and then defeat him in the court of public opinion.
A two-pronged approach?
Courtesy first, confrontation second?
Yeah, something like that.
Understood. Then we'll have...
All right, recon...
So yeah, I haven't really played
Let's
Honkai
do
Star
what
Rail
Chiori said, and meet
all
up
that
with
often.
her at Uther's factory in 2 days. We'll gather the evidence then.
The last time I played Honkai Star Rail was... I think her name is like... No, sorry. It was Dr. Ratio's banner. I think. I forget. It was a month or two ago. And Kafka, yeah, that was her name. Started Genshin a few days ago. Genshin is a really fun game to play. It's a lot different than Honkai Star Rail. There we go. Currently, there's 5 nations. Mondstadt, Liyue, which encompasses Chenyuvale as well. Sumeru, which is all of this. Fontaine, and Inazuma is way down here. Now, Liyue also has... Sorry, I'll start with Inazuma. Inazuma has this place as well. And Inazuma... Sorry, not Inazuma. Liyue has the Chasm. The Chasm has its own as well. Yes, you have a lot to do, Kirby, if you just started it. Although you can catch up really quickly. My girlfriend started Genshin about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And she's already gone through the Fontaine story quest. Now, she hasn't spent time on a lot of the side quests or the world quests, but in terms of the Archon quest, she's just about caught up before the update. So.
Oh, you're here.
Chiori! How are the new outfits?
Just a few steps left now. I've handed the rest over to...
Wow, that's cutting it real close. Are you sure she'll be okay without you?
Don't worry. I have no intention of giving ground on either front.
Okay, Paimon totally get...
His factory is usually open to the public. It may not be open for business right now, but that doesn't mean visitors can't stop by for a tour. We're just curious customers after all.
Well, when you...
Anyway, Uter's factory is right over there.
Why would he open a factory?
We have different marketing strategies. While I specialize in high-end custom garments, he prefers low prices and large sales volumes. I don't know. Maybe...
All right.
You make a good point. Let...
Nothing says clothing shop like sewers. Ooh, it's a domain for fighting? Here's the plan.
The Spina's on the case.
Yelan is being switched for Navia.
Time to
Staying
get down.
on that squad. Okay. I'm gonna restart this because I just realized it gives us Chiori. So, what I'm gonna do is go back to my party setup, leave my party the way it is, and have a lot easier of a time. There we go. I doubt I'll need my main squad, but...
We're in. There really is nobody here.
Welcome, dear visitors.
Oh, Paimon nearly fell out of the air. What is that thing?
A mechanical guide. They usually use a recorded tape to give you a tour of the factory.
Please, follow me, dear guests.
That thing popped up right behind us very quickly.
first stop on our tour is a look at the gradual evolution of our clothing brand. After that, we welcome you to peruse our most popular styles.
Huh. Lothair seems to be doing pretty well for himself, doesn't he? Why would he feel the need to bother you when he could just focus on improving his own brand?
This is the studio where our designs are made. Please, take a look around at your leisure.
Yep, this seems like Lothair's workspace, all right. Let's see what we can find.
These are the fitting rooms. Please use them at your leisure.
Huh? There seems to be something in this fitting room. Why did the door just close?
Hold on tight, Paimon.
Ah! Why is it moving?
It was a trap. Almost definitely. They're not gonna make a domain just for something like that.
Stopped.
Where did this thing take us?
Seems like we're someplace deeper inside the factory.
Look out! There are guards here!
I'm somebody who likes to check everything out first. They're not gonna leave an area like this without something. Are they actually going to leave an area like this without something here? That's a shame. Alright. Now, I could just show you what my main team does, but this is basically the trial run for Chiori, so... Her elemental skill, well, her abilities cooldown is very low. It's slow.
You picked the wrong fight.
But she does get an attack boost. And that little puppet thing seems to follow along to some degree. Now this is a level 71 Chiori. I'm assuming with her weapon. Nahida, Raiden, Yelan, Farina. Yeah, it's a pretty decent team. What I like about Farina specifically, her skill switches. So with this one, it'll do damage to your opponents, but in order to do that, it saps health from your team up to 50% of their health. And it's based off of Farina's maxed health. However, this heals your team. Well, heals your active person. So no matter what, I don't need food to heal. I can just do that. Also, Raiden has this little electric ring on every character. It's nice.
places. Filthy! Are the clothes from Uter's shop seriously made here?
Look over there.
Ugh! That water looks super nasty! Oh, Paimon can smell the stench from all the way over here.
And I was the one using unsafe materials, Uter?
So he was actually the one who opened an underground...
No wonder his clothes always felt weird to the touch. He's been using all manner of tricks here in a bid to cut costs.
Should the...
Never mind issues with shrinking and fading. These materials can give you skin problems if you wear them too often.
That's terrifying! Let's take some... This way he won't be able to try and deny anything in court. Alright, let's keep going.
Oh, hold on.
Doesn't look like there's a path here.
Follow
If
me.
this is doing what
Let's
I
go.
think it's doing... It does! Haha! Parkouring is so much easier now. I can get to places where I shouldn't be able to get to. Oh, that is so nice.
This place seems like some kind of warehouse. Ugh, and it stinks too. What? What's going on? Our way in's been blocked.
Seems like he knew we'd be
You did say he knew you really well, didn't you?
Yes. And that's because...
But you're practically at each other's throats. Now you're telling us you used to work together?
When I first came to Fontaine, we were both fledgling designers who longed to gain a foothold in the world of fashion. We shared the same goal, so we decided to work together.
Yes, Drac, I understand for the domain they probably thought about that, especially with the area that they just told you about. However, that does not mean it's the same case for previous domains or missions, or areas, really. For example, in Azuma, the buildings that are really hard to climb because of their roofs, you can now find a way on top of them.
In the beginning, we both wanted to make clothes that would stand out from the crowd, but with every criticism we received, and every sponsor that rejected us, Uter's confidence disappeared little by little.
It also seems to me like I'd be able to use that paired with Yelan and Zhang Yun, Cloud Retainer, to get around a lot of the puzzles that are very difficult, especially with aerial climbing. Just my thought.
Finally, right before Fashion Week, he came to the conclusion that we wouldn't be able to make the designs we always dreamed of. And we parted. For my part, I gambled it all and devoted everything I had to that 1 week.
You received the acclaim of...
I don't know the exact details of what happened after that. All I know is After I opened Chiore Boutique, he's harassed me every year since.
He's just jealous of what you've accomplished. A guy like that doesn't deserve your sympathy.
Well, let's focus on getting out of here first. Missing the show is as good as letting him win.
There are some control panels over there. Let's see if any of those buttons do anything.
So Kirby, when it comes to changing characters, when you have 5 characters on your team, it relies on the L1 plus triangle. That only happens during domains or missions where it gives you extra characters, right? Or certain events where it gives you extra characters. Normally, it is just using the D-pad, at least for PlayStation. For mobile, you just tap the character, or you can tap their skill to automatically use it. It sometimes has a bit of a delay. Okay, for you it'd be a little different, but you could probably set some keybinds to what you're comfortable with. For me on PlayStation controller, all I have to do is boom. There's a little bit of delay before I can switch again. But I can switch between all the ones I want.
Oh, that doesn't seem to have done anything. That didn't...
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode. Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Next customer!
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode. Warning. Warning. Unauthorized.
Look over there. Seems like there's a way out. Maybe we can use these mechanisms to get higher.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode. Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode. Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
We finally made it out. Why does it feel like the movement patterns of those mechs have changed?
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure.
Huh.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure.
Where does it want me to go?
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure. Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure.
Yeah, Kirby, it does take some time to get used to the combat system. But once you are used to it, it's pretty straightforward.
Out of that stinky place. Let's take this evidence and get out of here. Finally, the entrance! At last!
Oh, those chambers couldn't hold you, I see. What a surprise.
We've collected a bunch of evidence on all the nasty stuff happening at your factory. You're not getting—
The evidence on your person, you mean? What makes you think—
More mechanical guards? Really? Ever thought of—
Oh, but this is a legitimate purpose.
What? Destroying Chioria Boutique? Or
proving that fashion is merely a laughable farce.
You know what your problem is, Uter? You've become so obsessed with the concept of fashion itself that you let it paralyze you. Stop trying—
Spare me the lecture, why don't you? Sooner or later, you'll cater to all the voices too, you know. After all, what is fashion but another—
Fashion is about aspiring towards a certain ideal. But it's up to you to decide what it is. My brand caters to no one but myself and my vision.
Well, once the people witness their former darling's spectacular fall, they'll understand how laughable that ideal truly is.
That's what you've been trying to prove all this time? Your jaded understanding of the industry is the reason you've had it out for my brand for so long? You weren't like this before, Uter. What happened to the man who wanted to make something that would bring the entire world to its knees?
He realized long ago how utterly naive—
You gave up on your dream, but that wasn't enough, was it? You had to find a way— You think you understand this whole thing.
Pathetic.
You're right. Maybe, but more pitiful—
You!
Yeah, just leave this guy—
No. You— But it'll be fine. Just go to the venue and tell— I'll deal with him. Some lessons—
Catch up with us soon!
Trying to leave, are we?
I've held back all this time because of our past partnership, Uter. But all that changed after our tour of your
Still trying to talk—
No matter what you've been through, no matter why you've become like this. If I may borrow the words of a friend, a guy like you doesn't deserve my sympathy. Allow me to show you the true meaning of the Chioria brand. The Chioria brand represents more than a person or a trademark. It's a way of life.
Greetings, friends at Fontaine Fashion Week. Please feast your eyes on the extravaganza that Chioria Boutique has prepared for you today.
Brilliant, dazzling, and wholly unique. And most importantly,
an enduring, never-say-die spirit. That's the true meaning of the Chioria brand. And now, let's welcome the thundering seamstress, Miss Chiori herself!
Did Chiori not...
Lights! Cameras! Over here, please!
Let the show begin!
The world may change, fashion along with it, but Chioria will remain the same. No challenge is too great. Chioria caters to no one. Not even the times. Rather, Chioria will always lead the fashion of our time. Finally, let's not forget. Only those who do not give up on their dreams are worthy of this brand. Well then, I suppose all that's left to say is, Happy Fashion Week, fellow dreamers.
Well, damn.
How about this?
A little more to the left.
Like this?
Perfect.
Phew. Oh, that looks great! Miss Chiori, can I take—
Of course.
I didn't know you'd make a brand new signboard.
I made it before Fashion Week. I figured it'd be best to put it up after the success of the show.
Well, how can you become renowned through all of Tevat without a fancy signboard of your own?
Now that you mention it, perhaps our magic...
Our signatures are the Grinmalkin cat and the Bogglecat box. Oh, and we need to add Pear as well.
Pear would need an alias, of course. How
So, does that mean your signboard is going to be 2 cats and a penguin stuffed into a single
Ooh, that sounds super snuggly and warm.
And a bit cramped.
Miss Chiori, I'm done taking pictures. You can expect the article in tomorrow's Steambird, along with the evidence the Traveler gathered.
Thank you, Charlotte.
It's my pleasure. Bringing the truth to light is a journalist's duty.
Going forward, feel free to custom order any accessories you need for Monsieur Verite. It's on the house.
Huh?
Of course. The same goes for you too, Linny and Lynette.
What about something other than a...
Thank you, Chiori.
Well, I don't really need anything.
I don't need anything either. So long as you continue to request my international courier services from Komania Express.
Actually, that reminds me. What?
Huh? About that.
The Spina di Rosula has prepared a special vehicle for you, so you can just get in and we'll push it all the way out of Fontaine.
What? No, that's so embarrassing.
Ooh, do we hit something nice too, Chiori?
Of course. Just hold on a second.
Disrupting public order at the show. Appropriating venue lighting equipment without authorization. Using weaponry in public. Hosting a dangerous performance without notifying the authorities.
Shivers,
If you come across anyone who matches those descriptions, please report them to the Special Patrol at your earliest convenience.
Enjoyed that, didn't you? You nearly scared me half to death.
Says the one who pulled that stunt earlier. How about you do me a favor and tell me in advance next time?
And if I had, would you?
No, but it would have at least spared me a whole lot of anxiety.
Well, I would say I more than made it up to you, have I not? A whole underground workshop in the Fleuve Cendre, and the man responsible all tied up and handed to you on a silver platter. Sounds pretty thoughtful if you ask me.
All right, I won't argue with you.
Well, friends, I would say we've earned ourselves a nice meal for our efforts.
I'll have to take a rain check. I've still got a lot of... Oh, by the way, Chiori, I ran into Vanger on the way here.
I don't need to hear it. I'm sure the old fool used pretty much every apology in the book.
You know him.
Thanks again, Shelford.
My pleasure. Oh, and one last thing. That was really quite an amazing show.
You don't say.
All right. Follow me if you want in on the celebration feast. Come on, we're...
Traveler, Paimon, could you go wait for me at that place with the view? I'll let Navia know that we'll be a little late.
A place with a view?
Perfect. I'll be right there.
All right. This story quest has gone on for quite a while.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, we didn't wait long at all. But what did you want to give us that you couldn't share right in front of everyone else?
Here, take this.
Oh, wow! A brooch! And in the style of Chioria Boutique, too! Wait, Paimon
I've only made 2 for now. After much consideration, I decided to give them to you two. You've been a great help. Even when things were looking bleak, you stayed by my side. There were even times when I felt like I had to fight back and win. Even if it was just to honor the trust that you had in me.
Well, we may have helped a little, but Paimon would say you deserve most of...
I know for certain that was not the case. I've chased my dream for so long that I've come to understand something. Apart from conviction and persistence, the thing that matters most is having friends who believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself. A single person can only do so much. Without all your help, Chioria Boutique could have easily fallen to...
Well, Paimon doesn't think it would have ever gotten to that point. Not if you had anything to say about it.
Perhaps my words were a little pretentious, but they do reflect how I truly feel. I won't bow or scrape before any force in this world, much less any individual. I'm confident in the quality of my work. Create something beautiful, and there will always be people who appreciate it.
Well, guess there's nothing to worry about. Should we go back and join them at the victory feast?
Oh, yes, of course. You know, of all the nights I've spent in Fontaine...
And that is quest complete. I have a feeling that I will be able to find them somewhere around here.
Take it easy.
So, I'm just taking a quick look to see if I can find if they're actually chilling out in Fontaine. I don't think they are. One other spot I can think of, and that would be in here. And if they are in here, probably on the second floor. Yep, not here. Well, let's see. That quest has been done. Do. Oh, that reminds me. With the 4.5 update, they've added a 5th banner. The Chronicled Wish. This one is up for 20 days and 6 hours as of this moment right now. However, you can pick one 5-star from the selection. This area is currently picking from Mondstadt. The options are the weapons for the characters themselves, as well as the characters Jean, Diluc, Albedo, Mona, Eula, and Klee. So, Venti's not on there, but yeah. There's still the standard banner. The only thing is, it takes Intertwined Fates. So now there is 4 banners that take Intertwined Fates. Now, I have both Ito and Chiori now. I do not have their weapons. In terms of the 5 stars on here that I have Mona, I have Diluc, and I have Jean. I do not have Albedo, Klee, or Eula. Now, personally, upcoming 5 stars that I am going to be gunning for is... I know Arlecchino, otherwise known as the Knave, is coming out in a future update. I am going to be trying to get Arlecchino. In terms of the triplet set from the House of Hearth, Linny, Lynette, and Fremine, the only one left that I need to complete that trio is Linny. Kazuha's coming out. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to be going for Kazuha, but I know he's a good 5-star to use. I do have Zhao's signature weapon, but I didn't go for him on the last banner because I wanted to save it for Chiori. Which Chiori needs a good sword. So I need to get myself a sword for Chiori. In which I think the sacrificial sword will do pretty well for her. But for now, it's gonna wait. 5-star artifacts. That reminds me. What sort of artifact set is recommended on Chiori right now? They're not out yet. Okay. So, now this stream, sadly, I have less time than I thought I would for today's stream, so I will be ending it soon. But there is still some stuff that I can and plan to do. However, if you guys want to see item gathering versus hangout events, that I will leave that up to you. I will do another stream covering more quests and the hangout events themselves. The only one I have completed is Chongyun. I have all 6 for him. But every other one I have left undone so I can do them on stream. Chongyun I did when I first tried out the Hangout events just to see what they were. Yeah. So for now, I'm going to... Why don't I go to Inazuma? Shiori takes the item Spectral Husks. Why don't I see if I can't get some of those out of the... If I do manage to get Kazuha, though, I know he takes these plants.
Take it easy.
Might as well collect some of them while I have the chance. Oh. I will be getting that Electronoculus after this.
There you are, eavesdropper.
Boom, boom. Boom. Boom.
Absurd. This body belongs to I shall be punished.
Everyone hold hands.
Busted.
This can hurt. Out of my sight.
Winter shall eventually come.
I see everything. Oh, real?
Shine down. Insolent.
Oh, well, that's annoying. I can't go get him.
Illusion shattered. Gotcha.
Grow. Curiosity deserves a reward. Hey! I see everything.
Huh. Got an item that I didn't know. Apparently need to find some conches on the beach. If I want to open those chests. There's number 2. There's number 3. Number 4.
Take it easy. Quietly now.
Now, here's a puzzle.
Take them. I have no need.
Why am I swimming when I can just do this?
The show begins!
For those of you who don't know, Farina can run on water.
Everyone hold hands! Where are you?
No excuse for slacking.
Hands up! Thumbs up!
Just begun. My duty.
Looks like I...
This body belongs to ice and snow.
Bada bing, bada boom.
How brilliant!
Puzzles to do in order to unlock this.
What a pleasant surprise! Truly an extra slice of joy.
Assuming that there is a third issue involving this. And as to where those two things point to, three things point to. I don't know.
Shine down! Illusion shattered!
I don't understand this puzzle. I really don't. Those two are glowing. So now I just need that other one to start glowing. But as to where I need it to line up in order for it to start glowing, I have no idea. Anybody have an idea as to which direction I need this thing to point? So far I'm just taking damage. There has to be a better way to do this, right? Oh! So if you're wondering which direction it is, these two point to center, and this one points to the bush. Here it is, guys. If you need to do that one, there's the puzzle answer.
The show begins. Splendid!
Nice.
More interesting trinkets for me.
Was there any conches over here? Yes, no, maybe so. Nope, but there is these people.
Shine down!
Along the beaches, are there any more conches? Yep. That would be conch number 5, I believe. That's number 6. I need to believe there might be more over this side.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
I don't know. Let me see. Maybe it is just the 6 and I'm going nuts.
A
chest full of valuables and a trove of potential.
I'm pretty sure I have more of them. Why can't I... This. Okay. Right, alright. Yeah, I do have some more. I don't know. Either way, if I come across more, I will find a way to get back there.
Take it easy.
I see everything.
There is no escape.
Killjoy.
Looks like I punish. Here comes the catch. Quietly now.
Can't run from death.
Winter shall eventually
Nice.
It's raining again? Oh, this isn't good.
Let's see, can I level up Chiori to level 50 now? Yes, yes I can. Level 50. In order to ascend her, I need one more Dendrobloom and more Spectral Husks.
The rain washes away the traces.
Spectral Husks do I have available? I'm just gonna do this.
It's gonna set us back a long way.
Do-do-do-do-do.
This blinding sunlight is such a pain. No way I can get a nap in this weather.
Random kid sitting out here on the... Weird.
Take it easy.
For those of you wondering why I said weird, he is sitting there, you know, it's a kid basically sitting there asking to play a game outside of what is basically a nuclear reactor and a war zone land.
It's raining again?
Doesn't seem like the ideal place to hang around, but you know,
washes away the traces,
each his
set
own.
us back a long way.
That should have been the last one I needed for that. Send. Now I just need 40 more of the purple twist things from Dirge at Copy Ellis or whatever it is. And 135 of the flowers. And just because I'm really not worried about the 10 pulls on the standard banner, I do one at a time at this point. And another constellation on Dory.
Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over.
That tingle? Picked the wrong test subject.
Commit to memory.
Bada bing, bada boom. Well, as my stream has hit the 2-hour mark and I am severely running out of time before I gotta do stuff today, I'm going to end this stream off. I would like to continue it longer, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. So, thank you to everybody who popped into the stream. I will be hopefully streaming again soon. Probably tomorrow if I do. If you would like to see more of my content, drop a follow here on Twitch. For people on YouTube's end of things, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can always rewatch some of the stuff I post there a few days after I stream. As long as the recording goes smoothly, which today it seems like it has. Let me think. I do not always stream the same games. I do try to, but if the community wants to see me stream any specific game that I have access to, you guys can post it in chat if you want to see it. Generally, if I'm not streaming and you would like to see the next stream be a game that I have and you want to see, it's done by majority rule, but in the Discord you can join it, you can interact with any of us who do streaming there. The link to that Discord is in my Twitch bio, same with the link to my YouTube. Generally, if I'm not active and you want to figure out what's going on or when the next stream is, if I have it planned, I will post it there. There's other streamers in that Discord who post their stuff, so go give them some love. Another streamer that I've been hanging around with a lot recently has been Krampus, so make sure you pop over there. Calabar, Kirby, and Panda have all been popping into my stream, but they came over from Krampus, so thank you guys. Generally when I'm streaming or in Krampus's streams, it's generally Yu-Gi-Oh! Which the people I just named, we all do Yu-Gi-Oh! Together, so when I'm streaming Yu-Gi-Oh! Generally we pop in. We have a Yu-Gi-Oh! Discord. Just for setting up different matches, if we want to do tournaments, that sort of stuff. So if you're interested in Yu-Gi-Oh! And you want to join, post it in chat when I'm streaming it, or post it that you want to join it in Krampus's chat, and one of us will get you in there. Kirby, I will absolutely face you. I don't think I can beat you, though. For people on YouTube's end of things, a link to my Twitch should be in the description of the video. If it's not, please post something in the comments and I will fix it. Come join us live. It's a lot of fun having people here. And for both on Twitch side of things and YouTube side of things, if you know anybody that you think would like my content, share it with them. It's free to do so, so it would help me out a lot more than you would know. The more people I have in stream, the more followers I have, the better off I am.
Two heads are better
So
than one.
I don't need everybody's, has something that they would need to spend money for, so I'm not going to ask you to spend money. But if you would like to help me, sharing my content, following, subscribing, sharing it with people who will do the same, that helps me more than somebody dropping a sub. Right? So, anyways, thank y'all. I will be streaming again hopefully soon. Peace out.